Hey everyone, I am your host Amy Hood and I am joined with Jose Sojo today. And we're back for another procrastination design hour. This is
We're
where we take
back.
something, we're back baby, we're so back. And this is where we take something on the Hoodzpah to-do list and we just take the lunch and we try to get something done on it. We may not get it all the way done, but we'll make some progress and that's good enough. That's good enough to start. Jose, you're back hot off the heels of your Midwest tour. You went to or Oklahoma City breadbasket tour. How was the talk?
It was incredible. Yeah, I people were super friendly. I had good food, made a bunch of friends. It was amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, did you get some Oklahoma City barbecue?
No, I didn't. I got some burgers though. The onion burgers. Apparently, they're
Okay.
famous over there.
Famous for onion burgers. Okay, we love it. We love it.
Yep.
We've got some friends in the chat. Kate Bachman. Kate Bachman, just I want you to know that we love you. I want you to know that we so appreciate you always hanging out. And oh my gosh, Natasha Priya again, just love and appreciate. Good Type is in the house. The Good Type gals. I have their new book right here. I just got it. Follow Your Art. It's a really cool book about finding your creative artistic style. Jose, it's really fun. It's got like a bunch of little like worksheets as well as just like actual like guided lessons on finding your style. So anyway, check that out. They just released it. Jose met the girls. You met them and Brian Collins this weekend, right? In New York City.
Yep, I did. Yeah, it was super fun. They were over there talking about the book, and I actually got a copy. And this pin, I got it from them too.
Oh my gosh, no way. Oh, we love that. We
Yep.
love that. Hannah Smith, what's up? Oh my gosh, all the homies, all the homies. We've got Jace, we've got Kate, we've got Polly. Yeah, so many good folks in the chat. And oh, Susie Silva, what's up? Yeah, we're really excited today. We're going to be working on hood fonts. We're still working on the brand for the font wing of Hoodzpah. And Jen helped me get a lot of stuff done off stream, and she just kind of like finessed a few things. We tried a few things, and I'll show you kind of what we did on our off time, and then I'll kind of walk you through where we're going and what else we need to build for Hannah, who is in the chat. Shout out to Trust. The Trust team, we are going to be handing off assets to them so that they can build us a gorgeous website to feature the fonts. So without further ado, let me go ahead and just share my screen. And okay, so last stream, I just want to give a few shout outs because we had some amazing comments in the chat. Josh Riza had to come in with the funniest one. Have you considered rebranding to only fonts? We are heavily considering it, Josh, and thank you for the suggestion. You win funniest comment of last stream. We also coined a new phrase last stream. If you missed it, we were working on mascots, and we coined a new phrase, toe crack. It's the new whale tail. It's the new thing. It's going to be on WikiFeet in probably weeks, and you heard it here first, folks. We also had an epic suggestion from Jason that we need to animate these logos, and I fully agree. So I think it'd be really charming to do some stop frame animations, maybe nothing too like glossy. Jose, that's probably going to get sent to your court. But I think that would be really fun to make the little dude move. Like imagine if the stars were a little twinkly. Can you see it? Can you
Yeah, I can
imagine it with
totally see
me?
it. This would be
You can
so
totally
fun
see
to
it,
animate. Yeah,
right?
let's do it.
And I'm working on I think we're going to work on an illustration today too that I think would be an epic animation. So it's going to be, yeah, I think we're definitely going to take that suggestion. Jason Snell, thank you for the suggestion. And honorable mentions go to Corex Gallery, who said the stars are giving Hanna-Barbera vibes, which we will take that any day. I used to love Scooby-Doo. I used to love Yogi the Bear. Jose did all those Hanna-Barbera cartoons make it over to Venezuela when you were growing up? Scooby-Doo, Yogi Bear, all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
absolutely. Yeah, those were classics back home. Yeah, we saw all those.
Such classics, such classics. And then Horatio said, Orko the Martian font dealer, buying fonts at midnight. Okay, so Horatio, I had never heard of this before, but my friend Ced Funches, he used to work in the for the Minnesota Timberwolves on their design and creative team, and he mentioned it when I shared this, and I had never heard of. I'd never seen He-Man. I'd heard of He-Man. I just knew the haircut, the iconic blonde bob on the Muscly Man. But yeah, I'm now very familiar with Orko. And yes, this little dude looks very similar to Orko, but we're gonna try to make it our own. I feel like a little hooded medieval wizard figure is fairly common. So let's see if we can make it our own and make it feel special. So last stream, Also, welcome to Jeff Perry. Welcome to Taylor Coleman. We've got some more friends in the house. It's so good to see everybody. Okay, so as a recap, here's what we finished last stream. We worked on 2 mascots. We were kind of toying around with the trickster being a bunny because our tagline for the hood fonts is going to be your bag of tricks, because using hood fonts feels like you're tapping into a cheat code. It feels like magic. It feels like you cheated, and it just feels special. So we really wanted it to have some sort of magical element, and we thought a mascot that was like a trickster type character that could morph would be fun. And we thought it would also be fun to try one as a rabbit, pulling rabbit out of a hat, magic, it's all there. So I tried this one with the bunny. Jen drew this epic sketch of this little hooded dude that is a bunny, but it's kind of a little bit more suggestive. It's a little bit more, could be anything. And I also like the idea of a trickster because a trickster can turn into anything. So, I could see this changing form, changing in and out of different shapes. Like, I think it could be really fun. And like Jose, maybe we have you draw one. And I think it was Kyle Van Cleve last stream was like, let me draw one. And I was like, that would be so fun to have like everybody draw like little variations, and it could kind of like cycle in and out. I don't know, could be fun. And then this is some of the work that Jen did off stream. She was kind of cleaning up the logo, cleaning up the mascot. She had initially thought, like, what if we take in the nib look of the hood fonts monogram and bring it into the character? So we had tried this kind of like nib execution on the stroke, but I really wasn't feeling it. And as we kind of like sat with it and like came back to it, we were like, I don't really know about that. So we basically went back and are going to do some variation of one of these. So I would love to hear everybody's thoughts. I thickened up the overall hood fonts mark. And so I think it just reads a little bit quicker. One thing I was noticing, Jose, was like when you go on the Instagram, it's super fine. Did you notice that too? It kind of gets lost a little bit.
Like when you posted on a regular post, or
like on the
profile
avatar,
picture?
like when you're scrolling through, you see the orange, which is iconic, but I was like, the mark feels like it's getting lost a bit.
Oh yeah, that can be an issue.
Yeah, so I basically just thickened up those thicks, and I'm kind of hoping that helps with that issue. Yeah. More Creative says, I like the magical Jawa, LOL. That's so funny, Brandon. Me and my little sister Bea, we just started watching all of the Star Wars again to see if we could make sense of the plot line this time. I feel like I still don't fully know the plot line of Harry Potter or Star Wars, even though I've seen them a million times. So anyway, we watched it start to finish, and it finally makes sense. And I'm glad to report.
It's a lot of lore, so I don't blame you.
It's so much lore, Jose. Even when you read the beginning, you're like trying to hold it all in your head. But I'll tell you what, watching them straight through like marathon style, it becomes very clear.
Yeah,
so
you need a whole weekend for that, though.
Yeah, you need a lot of time for that. So we're on to the 6th installment, and then we'll go into the new ones. But yeah, we're in the 2000s era. I grew up with those, so like I very much remember those coming out and being a big deal. But yeah, chat, I have a question. Which of these little hooded figures are we liking the execution of and the colorway of? We tried a few things. I think I'm really leaning towards the far left one. It's got the black outline. It's got orange details to highlight the bag and the magic hat. And I don't know, I think it looks kind of good. But we also had a suggestion that was really interesting of, should we do basically no outline on the orange? Should we minimize the orange, like maybe it's only on the hat, only on the bag? Or should it just be on the bag if it's like the bag of fonts is like the most special thing. This one I feel like is lacking something. Jose, tell me which one you prefer, or like if you have any kind of gut reactions.
I'm between 1 and 2. Also, do you want to name them so they can vote, and then I'll tell you what people are saying?
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, and we're getting some 2. Okay, Polly says 2, delineate part of the design with shape. Okay, yeah, and I think it was Steve Shannonbach that had suggested like they liked some of it when some of it wasn't outlined and some of it was. Okay, Jeff Perry says 1 or 3. Good Type says yep, far left. Julian, what's up, Julian? Yep, far left. Julian, I'm so sorry about the Suns. It's been, I love Devin Booker, and I just want more for him. And anyway, happy NBA finals to all who are celebrating. But yeah, I'm loving 1 and 3 too. I think that those feel the most unified. I thought that I would like number 2 more because I thought it might blend well with like the seal, because both have the oranges don't have an outline, but I'm not sure if that's true. I think it'll become really clear once we apply it, but I think off the bat, I'm with Jose. I like the first one, And this second one is pretty good too. The third one is also pretty iconic, so I think we'll keep that in our back pocket. And Jose, you can keep tabs on the chat and see like which ones are coming in as faves.
Yeah, I got 2 votes for number 3, surprisingly, but a lot of people
Okay,
are
2 and
voting for
3.
1 and 2.
Okay, 2, 3, and 1. Okay, that's good. At least we're narrowing it in. So I'm just gonna put a big strike through this. He's cut. He's cut. He's fired. Okay, so we're just gonna make sure we remember this one ain't it. And then the other thing that I did off stream was I just kind of finessed some of the layout of the icon. So basically I squatted it even more so it's closer to a circle. And I also married the stars with the stars on the little dude. So previously we had these kind of like crisscrossy stars, which I really liked, but they kind of felt dissonant with the stars on the mascot. And one thing that I'm always trying to do with any brand project we do is I'm trying to create consistency and rhythm of elements so that everything feels really intentional. And when you notice the intention, you're like, oh my gosh, wow, look at the care. You just start to see the through lines and it feels really special and really intentional. So what I did was I took the stars from the little mascot dude's hat and I tried to work it into the little badge. And I think it's working pretty well. I think I'm liking it a lot better. I also thickened up and just kind of like finessed the spacing a bit. And I used the old dot method. I think everybody and their mom has used the old dot method. It works like a charm. I can see the weighting feels consistent, and it's just like a quick way to kind of do a gut check. So it's starting to feel good. I think we could still maybe play with like a gritty version. I am very partial to a gritty version. Hannah Smith says, oh, I love a squatty little jelly bean shape. I know, me too, Hannah. I think it's called a squircle and I'm obsessed. I love it so much. It's just so good. What's up, Annika? Annika likes Mascot too because the logo's orange and the shape kind of stays with the brand language. Totally, Annika, totally. That's what I was kind of thinking too. Okay, cool. So we'll play around with those mascot options that everybody is loving. And I guess we'll just lean into, I think we'll start with just these two and just like see how we feel. So I'll just bring those down over here. And
Also, I feel like we need to turn these into enamel pins.
ooh, enamel pins. That would be so fun. I love that idea. I haven't made a new enamel pin in ages, and the ones that I had that we made, I put them on a hat that I used to take to the beach, and salt water is harsh on the enamel pins. They look like they've been through like a war. They look like they've seen some things.
They got corroded.
They're so corroded. Oh man. Okay, so this is where we're at. The thing that I would also love to work on this week is I really love, again, these stars. I'd like to build these out even further. And the thing that I think would be so fun, Jose, and I would have you animate this. Okay, tell me what you think about this idea. Here's my little mood board. I want to do a paint by numbers. You remember these like, what was it called? Not paint by numbers, but like connect the dots. I want to do a connect the dot style illustration of our most favorite letters from each font. Because again, this whole thing is supposed to show off the fonts in a very magical way. And I want them to appear above the little mascot dude. And then I want people to be able to play it like a game. Hannah, I don't know if this is possible. You and Jesse, you're gonna have to tell me if no, we can't do this. But I think it would be so fun to like take a letter like a Q, turn it into a little connect the dots, and then when people visit like the about page, they could like actually connect the dots. And Kate is saying she loves this idea. I'm just saying, Kate said it's okay. Kate said it's okay, and Rada said it's okay. So hopefully we can make this happen because I think, wouldn't that be such a fun interactive element?
This is incredible. Who came up with this? This is like genius.
Jose, that's so nice because it was me. It's me. I'm the genius.
You are the genius. Oh my God, this is really cool. I feel like it fits the concept of like the trickster and magician really good. And also is really fun to see.
Right. And I think, when you go to a site, and also shout out to Lila. What's up? Lila's got the afternoon free because Lila has the little man at daycare. So we're happy that you chose to spend your time with us. But yeah, I love the idea of like, when you go to a site and they have something really interactive that's kind of random and it's just like a little game or a little like motion thing or some way that you can be interactive. Like there's just something so fun about that. So like if we could code this to where, people could like actually use their cursor and like, connect the dots, I think it would be so fun.
It could also be an animation, and then when you scroll, the animation like progresses, and it completes the shape of the letter.
I love that idea, Jose, because Hannah's saying Jesse's going to kill us, except he'll be too excited, so he might actually do it. So Jesse's the one who might have to code this in for us, because Hannah is the designer, and Jesse is like the one who handles all the coding and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, we'll see if it's possible. We'll see if it's like within scope. But Jose, I love that alternate idea because that's like such a great backup. But I could see how it could be really cute with like the primary, like say like the primary ones are stars and then the rest are just like little, little fills, little dots. And then we have to number them and all that kind of stuff. But I could see it being such a cute little moment. So like if we just like, if we take the cue, which I love, so like let's just outline this and let's see where our anchor points are, and that will like give us a good like idea of like where we need to place these points. But yeah, I really think this could be a fun interactive thing. And I like your idea of an animation, Jose, actually, because then we could do multiples. So it could kind of just be like a shooting star connecting everything. But then like it could turn into the next letter, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm getting so many ideas from this, like even like a 3D slide effect where you can move in the stars, kind of like you can see them in space floating a little bit. I don't know. I'm getting excited about this.
Okay, cool. Write down all of your ideas. Don't lose a single one because yeah, I think there could be something really fun here. And even just this is looking so charming and is such a kind of, I think the thing that we love and people always, whenever they write in and they say, oh, it has the Hoodzpah style, it's got that like whimsy or like that delight. And I think that that's always what I'm going for is like, I want someone to just feel so freaking delighted by what I want it to be a visual feast for the eyeballs. You know what I mean?
Yes. We love delight around here.
Yes. We love delight. Over Turf. What's up, Steven? He says, that Q is money, yo. I know. I love this Q. This is the only way that I can tell. Not the only way, but it's one of the few ways that I can tell that people are using my font. Because you know how like every narrow sans serif kind of looks the same. I hate to say it. And so there's like a few characters, my Z and my Q. And I'm like, okay, that's ours. That's ours. That's our font.
That's like your iconic moves, the Q and the Z.
Yep, the iconic moments. All right, so you can see how this could kind of like, and we could do like a few extra because I really like when it's kind of like all over the place, So like say this is where we start and we pull this over here. I don't know why my artboards always have like a million duplicates. I'm like always afraid of losing something. All right, my computer fans are worrying. We're making magic. The computer can barely handle it. Okay, so let's say it's like 1A. I like the idea of also, this kind of shows off the font in different ways. It's like you start here, then you go here, 1B. And then the interior, like the counter negative space could be like 2A, 2B, that sort of thing. Because it's like a new path. Okay, 2A, 2B.
I got a good question from the chat.
Oh, let's hear it.
Somebody's saying, if Hoodzpah was a plate of food, what is the dish? What do you think?
Oh, a plate of food? Oh, okay, Jose, you have to help me with this. What do you think? Let's brainstorm it. I think,
I know the answer. I have one.
Oh, what is it?
I think it is a good plate of fried rice, like Chinese fried rice, because you dig in there and then you find a piece of shrimp, and that's the delight.
And then you find wow. Yes. Honestly, I love Asian food. I also love Indian food. So that's making me think like a good curry, because they have so many different spices. There's so much like, it's never one thing. It's always like try making an Indian dish at home and you will have to buy a whole new spice cabinet. Like they use so many cool spices and so many different flavors. Yeah. I wish I could cook Indian food. I just feel like I've done a few curries and they've left me wishing for more. So I'd rather just
you always like ditch whatever you made and then you go to the store and buy whatever.
I'm like, I should have just went to my local like Indian place. Like they have a talent that I could only hope to have. But you can see how this could go. It could look really cool. Ooh, Natasha says Fijian curry will change your world. Natasha, tell us more. Tell us more. And when did you even have this? That's so cool. You're in Vancouver, so they probably have like every cuisine you could ever want. I bet we're in Orange County, but Garden Grove is like a hub for some of the best like world food around. And people from LA even swear that like Garden Grove has got like better cuisine, world cuisine than LA, which is kind of crazy. Okay, I can see how this is working. I'm loving it. I'm going to just leave it there and just kind of think about how we could animate it. Because I actually worked on a, what's up, KK Tammy? Good to see you. Let's see. I've been working on a illustration for LeBron because Lakers play today. Lakers play today, and if they win, I'm going to post it. But it's like a really fun little animation. It's just like a stop frame, and I just duplicated the frames, did like 3 different things, and then like created it like a cool little motion where his jersey changes. So keep your eyes peeled. But I like the idea of thinking about how we could do it on this one. Like maybe I could see it starting as like a shooting star, right? Like it starts here and then the star keeps moving. And then in its wake, you would see like other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be cool to just show like the dots and then connect them with a straight line instead of doing the shape of the cube right away. And then you reveal after you connect the dots with the straight line, you reveal the shape of the letter. So it's kind of like the
Okay.
constellation, you know?
Yeah, right. So you wouldn't reveal it until you were, right? Like it would look more like this.
Yes, but instead of
Okay.
like doing a curved shape or like a curved line, you do straight line. So it looks like one of those constellations, you know, instead of
Love
like
that.
the shape of the letter. And then, the letter comes in after you reveal the shape.
Okay, Susie Silva says that yes, they can confirm that Garden Grove does have the most amazing food. Okay, I'm glad. Thank you for the support, Susie. Susie knows what's up. Yeah, Jose, I love that
Also, who
idea.
are the Lakers are playing who today?
Lakers are playing today. This is do or die, and we were so kind to do a gentleman's sweep. I think we're going to do a gentleman's sweep, which means that we let them have one win. We let them have one win instead of taking them out 4-0. So if they win today, the Lakers, we go on and we get to round 2, which is sort of devastating because then we have to play OKC, which is like oof. I'm
Oh yeah,
like,
that's a
well,
tough
Jose,
one.
now that's your team now.
I know. Yeah, I feel like allegiance to Thunder now that I went to Oklahoma City. But who are the Lakers playing today?
So they're playing Houston.
Oh, okay,
So,
Houston.
yep. So Hannah, you're in Houston, right? Am I right, or are you in Austin? I thought you were close to Houston, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. I hope we. Yeah, I love if it's Lakers in 5, that would be iconic because there's that famous like Shannon Sharp quote. It's always Lakers in 5 with Lakers fans. I really want to make mugs that say Lakers in 5, but I also don't want the Lakers to come after me for like using their name without their consent.
You don't want to get any season deceased.
Exactly. I don't want to cease and desist for my favorite team because what if they actually want to work together again? I can't be
Right.
burning that bridge. Okay, cool. So yeah, like this, I like that idea, and maybe I'll add some more stars, some more like obvious stars, so that it's really clear, kind of the shape, a little bit more than what it is right now. So I'll do a star there, and then yeah,
Hannah's
it would
in
be fun
Fort
if it
Worth, by the
filled
way.
at. Oh, what's up, Jose?
She's in Fort Worth, Hannah.
Okay, Fort Worth. Okay. Dallas. Oh, Dallas Mavericks. Okay. So, Hannah, are you a Luca fan? All right. So this is kind of what I'm thinking, and I keep getting out of order a bit. So I need to get my numbering right. That probably needs to go there. I, J, K, L, and then do like this. Okay. Let's see. And okay, cool. So yeah, this is feeling good. And then for the animation, I like what Jose's saying. So like if we say this is our last frame, like if we're planning this animation, we would say like first frame, and then we would say like last frame. And actually, I should probably start just putting these in place because if you don't start with like an artboard and keep everything the same place, oh my gosh, you just want to jump off a bridge trying to keep everything in the same spot. Okay, so we're going to go like that.
Yeah,
Hannah
that is
says
true.
the Mavs
Mavericks,
have
yeah,
just
they
crumbled.
crumbled.
I know, but at least
Good
y'all
job.
got Cooper Flag with the Rookie of the Year. That's exciting. Like seeing like the next up and coming talent. That's got to be like at least like hopeful. And Nico's gone, so there's that. Yeah, it's rough though. It's rough out there. Alrighty, cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this down here. And usually when I'm doing an animation like this, I'll always make myself little notes at the top so that, especially if I'm trying to do like a wobble where there's like two frames that are really similar, but I just drew them like almost like traced one on top of the other to create that like freehand wobble effect. You really have to keep track of like which frames are where and all that kind of stuff. It can be really difficult. So what's up, Uncle John?
He said, "What's up, my king?"
Oh my gosh. Uncle John just got his first branding job, and we just got to say a big congrats to Uncle John. He's been working hard, trying to get things going. Yeah.
He was also playing last night, I think, like playing music.
Oh, like music?
Yeah, high school reunion, I think.
High school reunion? Oh my gosh. This sounds like a Hallmark movie in the making or something, doesn't it? Like, man goes to play his high school reunion. Yeah, runs into Old Flame. Yeah, they run around the high school like teenagers. I don't know. It's writing itself, isn't it? Okay, cool. So yeah, you could imagine how this star would kind of turn into a shooting star. And then I could imagine that so you just keep, for this kind of style animation, you just keep option dragging and then just making your little tweaks. So like something that could be fun, like on every other frame. So like all even frames, it could be fun, Jose, to do like slightly move the numbers or the corresponding numbers, so that has kind of a wobble effect.
Yeah.
Or even better than that. Ooh, even better than that. What if we actually make the stars grow and shrink so they look like they're twinkling?
Oh, yeah, good idea.
So basically, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to select all of the stars, or all of the dots, not the stars. And I'm going to use the transform each tool because it's way easier. Like way easier. Okay, so we're going to deselect that. I think I have everything I want. And I'm just going to go object, transform each, and we're going to go smaller by 80%.
You know what could be an alternative animation for the site too? Having a word. Maybe it could be like a way of previewing the different fonts, and you have a word instead of having the different, 1K, 1A, whatever. You can have just the dots in the stars, and then you just kind of like twinkle and then cycle through the other fonts, just like as a
okay, I think I see what you're saying. So like instead of like 1B, it would say like hamburger.
Oh, no. Imagine like instead of having a letter, we could have a word, but so it's not overwhelming, we could get rid of some of the details so that way you can, understand what the word says. But it's like the same effect of the stars twinkling.
Right. Okay, I see. Okay, that's totally an option. I wonder if it would have to be a short word. We'd have to pick something like 2 or 3 letters maybe. I like the idea of a letter only because, well, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm being lazy. Maybe it's because I'm thinking like, how are we going to animate a whole word? I don't know. I can't tell. But let's keep it in our back pocket. You have to think about what word it would be. It would have to be something that kind of felt right. Let's see. And I think as this star goes around, it could also twinkle. Kate is saying yes to more twinkle. I agree. I think we want this to twinkle and feel very alive. Yeah, what would a good 3-letter word be? Maybe like, I guess it depends on the which font we're using, because we would want to use like letter forms that we really love. So, and maybe what the best thing I can do here is, and actually, yeah. So whenever I do an animation like this, I usually will eventually realize by usually frame 3 that I should be working for the whole thing like all at once, basically. So basically just like drawing the outline, and then you can actually just delete from the final, if that makes sense. So if I like move this over here, and I'm not sure where it will end. I'm just going to grab every other frame. I'm going to remember the twinkle kind of effect. So, and I'm going to do some that are a little like rando, so that they're not all kind of getting bigger and smaller at the same. Some will get like much bigger, and some will,
Right. You can also leave me a note in the file and say like stars are twinkling here. And
oh,
that
good.
way you
Okay,
don't have
that's
to do
great.
it every single frame. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So what I'll do is I'm going to go Command C, this orange filled one. I'm going to go Command F to paste in front. I'm going to move it to a stroke. And I keep using the wrong black. So at the end, I'm going to have to make sure I marry all the blacks. But we use more of like a charcoal, really dark like charcoal, not a complete black. So I'll just have to make sure that I marry that at the end. I always forget about that. So, but basically what I can do is I can just kind of have this end one first, and then I can just copy this, paste in front, and then just start working backwards and just start. And I don't think you really don't need as many frames as you think you do. The first time I did a frame animation, I did this Dennis Rodman hair gif, and it was really cool. You should look it up. And it was like Dennis Rodman rotated, and it showed all his different haircuts while he was on the Chicago Bulls. And I did so many frames that I didn't need, and I ended up like basically just skipping half of them. So sometimes you can just, you know, I'm sure, Jose, you could fill in some tweens for me, and maybe this is different because we're trying to connect around, but I always tend to like overdo it. So like if I just copy this one, maybe I'll stop it here and cut that. I'm just going to keep cutting little segments, and then it should get me kind of, let's see if for some reason it's not cutting. To double click in sometimes. Okay, we're going to cut down to here. Get rid of that.
Hannah said that animation is notorious. The one from
That's so nice. That one was so fun. That one really did the numbers for us, which was nice. I think that got us a bunch of like sports gigs that we were really hoping to get, which I'm telling you what, positioning, baby. You got to share what you want to get. And if people can't see it in your portfolio, they usually won't hire you for it. So even if you're like really good, really well known, sometimes you really do have to do personal projects. So this is what I mean by working backwards, is just remembering, you know, starting with the final and then going backwards so that you're deleting and you're not redoing extra work. You're working smarter, not harder. So the one thing that I want to remember is I want to remember which frames are what. So I'm pretty sure this is my first frame, and as far as the stars, and this is my second frame. So that's what I'm trying to keep up with, is the twinkle of the stars, so that I can choose every other and it can feel very twinkly. So that's what I would do here. I would just like keep having it fill in this way. And maybe we do it more like jaggedy. I don't know. We'll play around with that, Jose, once you kind of like get in here, but like maybe it's not as perfect, and then when it fills in, it becomes perfect. Do you kind of know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. We can also do like a wiggle effect on the transparency, so that way it's not like a solid, super bright line. It's just like twinkling.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, I love that. That's fun. Yeah, like maybe it's more like this, if you get what I mean. But yeah, I can see that really being
I love
fun.
that.
Okay, so we'll kind of see if we want that to be the vibe, and maybe we have to do one more anchor point here. Get that going. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that would be kind of the vibe there. So that's how I would tackle that portion of that illustration. I'll keep working on that on my own time. I don't want to bore you guys, but the other thing that I imagine, Jose, and this will be on you, or maybe Jesse, if he decides to code it, but I kind of like your idea, Jose, of like maybe it just happens while you're scrolling down, and then maybe there's other letters hidden in the stars. Ooh, there's other letters hidden in the stars. And then they're all for different fonts.
I like this.
Okay, and then so that's kind of like your idea of like having more than just one letter. So like we would have like maybe this M, and then maybe then people, when they get to the bottom and the animation is done, then they could maybe like do a fill in the dots, and maybe we won't pick like the most difficult letter I've ever done with 1,000,000 anchor points. Maybe we'll pick something easier. We'll do maybe like, I always really liked this F from Bowery Lane, this font that we're using for our brand font. So maybe we could have that, put some dots there, and there can be like a couple of other letters just strewn out in different like sizes with those dots, and it can make a night sky. And then in between, we can have all these fun little other just like stars and twinkles and that kind of thing. And I think it'll look really neat. Cool. All right, so have that. Maybe there's an A, that sort of thing. So I'm gonna pause there on that, because that feels like it's like getting to a decent point. Oh my gosh, Hannah says, Hood fonts, it was written in the stars. You kidding me? That is some good copy. We gotta write that down. It's like really good, actually. It was written in the stars. I'm gonna note that down, yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. So like this is kind of where we're going. Jen and I were testing out fonts the other day, and she did a really great job. We obviously want to use one of our own fonts. I hate to be nepotistic, but like we're trying to show off our fonts, how well they work. So it'd be kind of criminal not to use one of our own fonts for this brand. So we're thinking we're going to use Bowery, which is one of our newest serifs, which hasn't really gotten the highlight that we would love for it to have. So Jen tested a few things out already, but I'm going to kind of finesse it now that I've got this badge to a place that I really like. And now that we have our little mascot dude. The other reason I really like this font is because it kind of adds an elegance to something that is right now very playful, right? The mascot is very playful. It's very kind of like almost like streetwear vibes. And so I want something that kind of like grounds this a bit and makes it feel a little bit more timeless. So I think hood fonts in the serif will really help like bring that down to like anyone can enjoy this. It's not too cool. It's not too trendy. It's still got, timeless vibes. So one thing that we thought would be really cool was doing a crisscross of the O's, because it just works out that way. So like if we take away this, we can kind of make the O work double time. So if we go like this, I think I need to just change this to be the type tall one. So we'll go NTS. And I always like when people find fun ways to just like have like different font alternates for their logo. So something like that would be really cool, I think. I'll just have to center that, make sure everything's centered. Jose, we're always trying to figure out like different like seals and secondary marks, aren't we? Like I feel like a brand is not done until you have a couple different iterations of logos, secondary marks, taglines, the whole works, you know?
But it's also dangerous territory because you never stop. Once you get started, it's like ideas get flowing and you make 20 of them and you feel like you're not done.
I know. And then you have to kill your darlings too, because it's like you can't use all of them. Sometimes it's like, ooh, there's like 3 different ideas here that are really good, but they're like all different styles, or, it's just like sometimes you can't keep them all.
I know. I hate doing that.
Yep. So Jen had one where she, obviously like it's kind of the seal in the middle, hood fonts on either side, which looks really nice. Gyro says, Bowery has such a nice contrast. Ooh, thank you so much. That's so kind. Love the S, he says. That's so nice that you mentioned it, because this S is one of those identifying letter forms. I love in a font when there's like identifying characteristics where when you see it, you say, I know that's that font. So like the Futura A, how it's super pointy and it goes way above the cap height. Like those little identifying markers are something I'm always thinking about when I'm designing fonts, is like, how can I make sure that people know this is my font when they see it? Because that's such a delightful thing to be able to identify a font and feel like you're in the know.
Yeah, I feel like the OTF that you made for the S is also nice. Like the little swirl. Remember that?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I wonder if we could work that in somehow. So Bowery has like all these like really cool, it has basically like a full second font set in it, which is why the price is a little bit higher. Because if we turn on let's go into, is this an old one? Oh, that's so funny. I'm using an old one. This is one of my working files. Okay, we have to go Bowery Lane. Let's go medium. And then I can really show you. Okay, so if I select this and I go to curl swash, look how swashy. It's unhinged. It's not going to work. But if we use one of them somewhere, or if we just use like some of these, some of these alternates in like a more sparing way, I think it could be really fun. So like maybe we can think about ways that could work. So this is on medium. Like maybe it's in your font bag of tricks, although I think I want to use my other new font for that. But it's like, so say it's like your bag of tricks is our tagline. And I think we're going to do it in quotes, even though just like the classic like tagline from a local business kind of vibe. It's not TM'd, but it feels like we own it because we put quotes around it, that sort of thing. Natasha says, ooh, we love a curl. Love it. So you can see how that could look that way. I love whenever you
split a sentence in the middle and it's actually like the exact same amount of letters on each side. Like I feel like it never happens.
It literally never happens, and it should honestly not work here, but the N is narrow, the T is narrow, the S is narrow. So even though it's 5 letters on one side and 4 on the other, it kind of works. Like it kind of is magically working, and it shouldn't, and I'm so pleased. So yeah, that's looking good. Okay. But you could imagine how like maybe we could bring in the fun little swashy characters, Bowery Lane Swash, into this. But Jen was pairing our other new font that I just designed. It's brand new. It's called East Bay. We worked on it on a couple of streams here on the YouTube actually. And if you want to check that out, if you're interested in like type design, it's actually pretty crazy easy how we built this one. We just started with strokes. So just drawing strokes in Illustrator and then finessing it in Glyphs app. So definitely check that out. We can link it below in the show notes once we're done with this. But yeah, it's a fun one. But we were calling it Crescent Drive, and then we renamed it to East Bay because we wanted it to feel kind of like a sporty name. Like, because I think this could easily be used by teams for jerseys. Like, think about, I don't know, the Lakers. Let's just dream big here.
Yep, that L
The
is like
Lakers,
delicious. The way that it scrolls
gorge.
down and then forward,
Oh,
I
it's so
love that.
good. I know, so good. Let's say Oklahoma City. That's
There
Jose's
you
new
go.
team. It just looks really nice.
Thunder,
So,
we're available. If you want to use this font, just let us
Thunder,
know.
if you're watching, this is for you. But yeah, I really love how this font looks. I think it looks really nice. I think right now it's on the more curly, ornate, swashy one. But if we take it off into the default style is like quite chill. It's quite chill, and I really like that. I think the B is really nice. That was like one of my favorite characters in the whole font. The Y looks really nice. I mean, that Y is reminiscent of another iconic sports brand, Yankees, baby. We love
Do you
it.
think this
So,
font is going to be as iconic as Redondo Avenue?
Jose, I hate to like, I don't want to jinx it, but I think this is going to be our new like bestseller. I think this is going to be like the way that we see Redondo everywhere and it haunts us. And that meme that you made was so funny. Somebody
It's everywhere.
who's was it Zebi who coined "You Got Redondoed"? That made me laugh so
Yes,
hard.
it
For
was
those of
heavy.
you who don't know, Redondo Ave is our script font, and we've been seeing it everywhere. And people started sharing it with us, and we now have a tagline: "You got Redondoed." And speaking of, I was watching that Song Sung Blue, that movie with Kate Hudson, and I saw our font Beverly Drive in the background of one of the scenes for the branding for the bar. It's never not fun to see your fonts in the wild. Like, it's like seriously the best feeling. All right, so here's how this East Bay will look. Jen had it kind of like scaled down with the little mascot, and I thought it looked just so good and really elevated. Again, just like trying to balance out like the playful with the serious, because we're doing a lot more custom font work these days, like building out fonts for clients. Like, we got to build a font for SeatGeek. We got to customize a font for a client with Jones Knowles Ritchie. And I really want people to see this as serious but also playful and delightful. So welcome to Meryl. Good to have you, Meryl. So this is where we're at with this. And I really like these fonts that she tried. She tried a bunch of other stuff, but I think as far as like pairing our fonts, I think this looks pretty good. Unless anyone wants us to try any other ones. Like, I really love where this is going, and it feels kind of whimsical, and I could just see it playing well.
Natasha had a good question. She was asking if a little wizard is going to have a tiny travel companion or
Oh,
not.
if our little mascot is going to have a travel companion?
Yes.
Ooh, okay. Well, we'll have to dream it up. I kind of want it to be an animal now, because it's like, do we redo the bunny and just do it simpler? You know what I mean? Like, do we just have him have like a bunny friend? I don't
It
know.
it had to be it would have to be like a tiny little animal companion. So there's like a
Okay,
nice
yeah, like
contrast.
maybe a mouse. Let's game storm or brainstorm like what this could be. Also, shout out to Van. Van's in the chat. Van does gorgeous work. He just did a really cool brand in Nashville. Is it called the Wild Rose, Van? Let us know. But that project turned out so cool. But Van works with a lot of musicians because he's a musician. He was on American Idol, or was it? Or was The Voice, Van? Don't let me change up your lore. You have amazing lore, so don't let me ruin it. Okay,
Natasha said a little bug or a tiny mouse.
Okay, I love that. I really love the idea of a tiny mouse, Natasha. I think that could be fun. I like the idea of like, I had told Jen the same thing of like, wouldn't it be funny if the mascot like changed out? And so she was kind of like, I don't know, is that going to be confusing? Like, we really want to lean into like making sure the brand is memorable. So repetition is like always the key to branding, right? Like, repeat, repeat, repeat. If you don't repeat it, it's not going to become memorable and iconic. So yeah, I love the idea, Natasha, of having a little tiny mouse. And I think I will add that eventually. I'm trying to think. I thought I could draw Bunny from memory, but I don't know if I can draw. Like, I can imagine him having like a really thick, kind of crazy rat tail.
A lot of people are saying a tiny frog. I kind of like
Oh,
that idea a lot.
that's cute. Especially because like medieval is like, I don't know, you always think of like the Black Death and the plague, like thinking about, you know, I don't know. I just imagine a frog would like fit right at home with the kind of medieval vibes that we're going with. So if we just kind of start with the pencil tool and just see kind of how we get. And I could see the mouse being like truly just, this is so rough. Oh wow, this is real rough. But we can finesse, we can finesse. And I'm gonna switch to fill. Oh, that didn't connect. Okay, we're just gonna select those and go Command J, and that'll help us fill that path. And then we are going to...
You can always do the right click and smooth. That way it's easier and faster.
Oh, and does it smooth it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet. Okay. We're going to go right click. Ooh, okay, let's see. How do you do it?
Supposed to, yeah, right click and then smooth.
Okay.
Are you using the pencil tool, by the way?
I was, yeah. Let me get back in there. Let's go right. Okay, here we go. Now we're in it. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. And then we can kind of get this a little bit better. We'll add an anchor point.
Also, I don't know if you knew this, but I have a trick for the pencil tool. So whenever you draw a shape and it's a little rough, you click Alt and then you start like clicking and dragging along the shape that you just drew, and it smooths the surface.
Okay, so Alt. You click Alt. Wait, okay, now I don't have, what would the equivalent be on a Mac? Command?
It would be Option.
Okay, Option. And then what do you do?
So you have to have the pencil tool selected, and then you click Option, and then you start clicking around the path that you just drew. Whatever you want to smooth, basically.
Okay, I'm gonna have to test this on my own time, I think, because I'm like, my brain is broken and I'm like really unsure how to get there. I'm like, I think I'm just gonna be here for a while.
Just
okay,
do
so
your
that
method.
yeah. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna go like this, but I'm gonna have to look that up. You're gonna have to send me a link. I want to learn. I want to be better. I want to be faster. Okay. Honestly, I could have done this better if I just used the pen tool. Sometimes you use the pencil tool because you're like, oh, this will be a quick like little cheat, and then you just have to redo it all anyway.
Also, people are freaking out thinking that I have a PC. I don't. I just forgot that it was called Option on Mac.
Okay, and I like when little mousies have like a big ol' rump. I just think that's so funny. So we're just gonna, I think I'm gonna actually, I wanted it to be kind of smooth, but I think go like this, and then we'll just kind of keep. So you could kind of imagine, but I kind of like the idea of him being a fill, and he's so small that he doesn't even have any details. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, everyone is really concerned that you're not using a Mac, like incredibly concerned.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I am a Mac user, but I do have a PC, and it's just for gaming though. I promise.
I love it. That's so funny. Okay, cool.
The outrage.
The outrage, the shock, the horror. Okay, cool. So eventually I will definitely kind of finesse this up, but I kind of like this idea. And I like that it's kind of freeform because, I don't know. I just want it to feel very casual. Yeah, that's kind of cute. I could thicken up the legs for sure. Yeah, like quite a bit actually. But yeah, that could be really cute. And that could be something fun that like he could skitter across the page if like there's like a website banner announcement or something like that. You could imagine how like he could like kind of skitter across the page and like maybe have like a little secret something. Yeah. Good Time says he got buns, hun. Yes, he does. It's actually a very pointy bun. I think we need to like round out his curves a bit. But also, yeah, that's funny. Cute. Wow. That is a voluptuous. He's got a cake butt. He's got a cake butt big time. Okay, but anyway, yeah. This guy's doing this will be a gal. This gal's doing squats in the gym. She never misses squat day. Oh my gosh. Okay. So yeah, maybe that's something that we bring in. That could be another little element. I love this. So this would be like secondary mascot. Oh wow, that font is not meant to be used in that manner. Okay, secondary mascot, we'll say. We'll go into Bowery, or we'll go Santa Ana Sands.
What could be the
Medium.
name for that little guy?
Oh, yeah, we need a name. What do you think?
We need a name, chat.
Okay, fun. Yeah, that's really cute. Oh, good idea, Natasha. I really like that idea. That's fun. Okay, so we've got the secondary mascot, we've got the seal. We're really starting to build out some really cool elements. And the reason that all this stuff is so fun, it's not just to post on Instagram and get all the likes because you have a really cool little system. Literally, this makes anytime we have to do a sale graphic or a promo graphic or any piece of marketing, we have all of these pieces ready and we don't have to recreate the wheel every time, which is what most people do for themselves. Is they don't take the time to brand themselves because they're busy. So instead of like continuing to, we're gonna break the cycle of abuse basically on ourselves, and we're gonna actually take the time to make something that's working. Okay, so this is our seal. Okay. Ooh, Mord, what's up, Mord? Hey, B. Mord says Ferdinand. I love that. It's like so elegant. It's also so medieval.
It is. It kind of fits the whole theme.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, we got the mascot, we got the secondary mascot, we've got these fun star
Okay,
elements.
I got a good one. Hannah said booty.
Rad. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's amazing. That should be like the unofficial name. That should be the last name. Ratabooty. Okay, we're gonna write this down. Ferdinand Booty. Cool. Save this. Cannot forget that. All right. And then we've got the lockups. And the cool thing about this badge is I think it'd be great to have some where it's filled and then some where it's just on its own, because we have this artboard with Hannah from Trust where we want the site to feel like a piece of letterhead. So there's going to be like a lot of fun text and editorial style layout on the top, and then kind of like a masthead, and then everything in the middle is going to feel very font focused and really feature the fonts. So I like the idea of having an option where the seal isn't filled in orange in case we want it to be a little bit more restrained. Like say on scroll, everything when you first land on the page has the cool, orange, and then when you start to scroll, it becomes just the outline so that, the font can really be the star. Ooh, Hannah has a good one. Glyph. That's really good. Because it's like
That
cliff,
is
but it's
fun.
also like glyph. That's really good. Okay, glyph. That's amazing. Also, we had another really good one. Oh, where is it? It was good type. Glifford. Oh my gosh. Glifford. Yes. Okay, so good type and Hannah. I love that idea. Glifford. Because that's just so good. And then there was another one. Boo Boo for short. I love it. Natasha, I love it. Okay, these are great. We're going to screenshot these. We're going to remember these. We cannot forget these. And maybe we'll do a little poll at the end because these are phenomenal. Okay, we'll do it on the socials. Clifford. The other one was, I cannot forget. Boo Boo. Ooh, Pika. Oh, that's cute. Good Type said Pika, which is another way to measure type. Pika, and the mouse is so small, so it's like a little Pika, a little tiny. I love that. Okay, look at all this that we've built out. Like this feels so good. I feel like we have so many elements that we could play with. The other thing that eventually we'll want to do is add in the Hoodzpah logo. We really want to make sure we're borrowing from the Hoodzpah, brand recognition. When people land on this site, we want to make sure that they know it's by Hoodzpah. So there's going to be a little, by Hoodzpah down here, something right here. For now, I'll put the logo there, our little custom script. But for now, we'll just do this as a placeholder. Like this. Something like that. And then, let's see. Yeah, that's feeling good. The other thing that I thought would be really fun was I have some inspiration over here. Oh yeah, Jose, I was really also loving this like embossed vibe. I was like, it'd be cool if there was like an embossed effect kind of throughout, I saw a thumbs up. People are maybe feeling the embossed vibe too. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
And then we
I
could have
like
the
the
stars
contrast
on
between the
top.
gray and then
Yeah.
we can do something fun with that. Like either with the black or the orange.
yeah, like maybe when it fills in, it's actually just a deboss or an emboss, you know, instead of like a straight up fill. I think that could be cool. I like how everyone's trying to make things like feel more tactile. Natasha, she's feeling the emboss as well. Okay, because yeah, there's something cool. Like I was talking to my friend Doc today, and he was testing out some little deboss and emboss like seals that he got for his prints that he does. Does these really cool Sienna type prints. Doc Reed, give it a look up. He shows you how to do them on his Substack, and I love the idea of like that effect. It looks tactile. It feels real. You know, fonts are so hard because everything's so digital. So it's like, it can feel very like, I don't know, not grounded, especially when you try to present the work. So it'd be fun to play around with like deboss effects throughout the site and that sort of thing. So I really love that idea. Okay, I'm gonna scale these down. So maybe we try to do like a seal with your bag of tricks, and maybe we try to make something like more of a lockup. I think that would be really fun. If we think about the squircle that we already have, maybe we can think of a similar shape that could kind of play in this realm. And let's see, let's like bring this up here for a moment. If we already have that shape, maybe we can play with something that's like a blend of the two. Like we could do, I'm trying to think of like other medieval like shapes. Okay. So like these are some obvious shapes that come to mind. What's up, Jose?
What is the shape for again?
So this is going to be for a seal. I'd like to do a lockup, like an actual lockup that could live like maybe on the sidebar for the tagline. So if we want to use it, like you were saying, like make a sticker, or like maybe make, I'm going to go ahead and save this document. I'm like really worried it's going to fly away. But yeah, something like a badge. That's what I'm thinking.
Gotcha. It could be, I don't know. Let me see what I can find. I know that medieval shapes have a lot of shield shapes, suns, trumpets,
okay, yeah.
horses.
I'm gonna grab my heraldic book that I have, that I shared.
That's right, you do have a book
already. Shout out to my heraldic book. Got this on eBay. It's so handy. I'm just gonna peruse through and see what we can find. Ooh, okay. A lot of it is quite like organic, like maple leaves and like, ooh, okay. Okay, I'm seeing some good stuff here. Okay, I have ideas. I have thoughts. Okay, first of all, I would love to do like a legit shield. So I'm going to take this shape. I'm going to pointy out the bottom, and I am going to really squircle out the top. So I might have to kind of do this a couple times. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's cool. I love that it looks like an acorn. That's fun. Okay, so I could even maybe lean into that.
Hannah said that you could do a crest on the top part.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. That's why I like this shape. It feels very crest-like. Okay, so we have the support of the chat on this. Okay, so if I just kind of like make this a little bit more, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. So, and then if what we could do is, I want to grab the stars again. I'd love to bring those back in again. And like, let's say we just grab all of them because they're all very different. And I like that. It kind of makes it feel organic. So we're going to go like this. And I like the idea of having them encircle the freeform encircle this kind of area. Like that. And we could mirror it, but we'll see if that kind of feels too intentional. So if I just select all these, go Command C, Command F to paste in front, and then just go Object, Transform, Reflect, then I can have a perfect reflection. Or if that feels too same, we can kind of finesse from there. But yeah, okay, that's feeling okay. Feels good. Okay. Natasha says, ooh, a crest. Okay, we have coat of arms. Yes, Natasha, coat of arms. Yes, love that. If you all are enjoying the stream, feel free to give it a like. We're trying to find our people. We love sharing our process on YouTube. It's a great free way that we can like give away our knowledge, share our knowledge with our fellow designers and up and coming creatives. And we used to do a lot of these on Adobe Live, which was so fun. So we thought we would start doing them again and just like share what we know, get stuff done. So feel free to give it a like if you're enjoying it, and that'll help the algorithm serve us to similar people. And we can just find our crew. Okay, so if we kind of work this in from there, I think it'd be really fun to, in the way that the crests do, let's see if I'm going to use the pen tool this time because last time that was a mess. Okay, we're just going to go like this and start making some filigree basically. And have it kind of, ooh, this might not go well. We'll see how this goes. Jay Sorio says, I'm your people. Love you guys. Oh, that's so nice. That's great. Okay. So we're finding our crew. Slowly but surely, we're finding our crew. It's been very fun. It's been very fun doing these streams. Okay, so that one's looking better. This looks like a flame, which I don't really want. So I'm going to keep going with this. And maybe I'll just kind of keep building out little pieces that I can then put together. I think that's the key.
I think we got a great suggestion in the chat. Somebody said you need a pun or a play on Robin Hood somewhere. That's genius.
I know. Whenever I tell people my last name, when people are like, what's your name? I always go Amy Hood, like Robin Hood. And they never forget it. They never forget it. It's a blessing. This name is a blessing.
That's a good way to remember it.
Okay, we got to think about, what is a fun play on Robin Hood? It's like stealing from the rich to give to the poor. Let's see. We got to think about this because that's really fun. Okay, and then let's go ahead and just make another one where it's got a little bit more. I feel like a lot of the old crests did use like acorn leaves and like acorn imagery. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like the strength of an acorn tree, like an acorn grows strong into a tree. I'm not really sure what the meaning is there, but I really do like the imagery. So if we just kind of build from there, see what we can create. Maybe we can create something fun.
Yeah, they also used a lot of flourishes and like flower shapes and animals too, but I feel like animals wouldn't really fit this concept that well. They use a lot of horses and doves.
Yeah, totally. A lot of horses and doves. Yeah, maybe there's a way we can work that in. I'm not sure. We'll keep kind of like playing around with the way that these points interconnect. Maybe instead of sharp, we're going to do rounded. And that kind of makes it look more like that maple leaf kind of vibe. Maybe I will do like a full-on maple leaf. So if we kind of go like this. And like this. I accidentally drew the Rebellion, the Star Wars Rebellion logo, I think.
It's in your head now. You can escape
It's in my head. It's in my head. Okay. I'm trying to think of like, let's see. Let me look over here. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Let me look at my reference here a little bit closer. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like this filigree, like almost like a fleur-de-lis is kind of what they've got going on, you know? Okay, so we're gonna eyedrop that. And then now that we kind of have it, we can finesse our anchor points a little bit more. Okay, that's better. Okay. All right. So now I can probably start like pairing these together potentially, and maybe I'll sharpen these out. I'm not sure if I really liked that or not. Okay, yeah. And maybe this goes sharp too.
How are you planning on using it? Like duplicate it on each side? Like
I think so, yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So like, and this is all very rough. And this is like also not very much turning out the way that I had hoped. Sometimes you're just like, wow, that looks really bad. But you have to try it. You have to get it out of your mind.
This is live design. That's what happens.
This is live design, baby. All right, let's see. Maybe if we like just work with one. And maybe if we just actually try to like design for the actual shape. Okay, if I fill that, maybe we can get something a little bit better. Like that. That's looking a little bit better. And then I'm going to do your right click smooth thing. Smooth, because that was really helpful. Sometimes it really doesn't want to smooth it though. Like it just, let's see if we can do this again. Smooth.
Yeah, it can be a little stubborn.
Oh
You
no,
know who could
now it's
do
working.
a really good job at animating that little magician? Our friends at Sword and Shield,
Oh yeah.
Audrey and Justin.
It's so cool that they started their own studio together. They are gonna, I feel like they're just gonna take off, don't you?
I do. Yeah, especially from that like right off the bat opening up with that animation is like incredible.
It's so good. Like, it's so crazy good. Okay, let me look at my references again. Okay, yeah. Sometimes they'll do like this thing and then like it'll kind of like, let's go ahead and just see if we can make this one work. Okay. And sometimes it's hard to connect the zoom in here, get this connected. Sometimes the pencil tool doesn't want to play nice. Yeah, Audrey and Sword and Shield is their Audrey Havey and her husband Justin. They just started their own studio called Sword and Shield. Jose, give us the rundown on it.
I think they worked freelance for a long time doing animation, actually for like big companies like Riot Games and
Yeah,
um,
right, games.
other ones. I can't remember, but I know that they work with like really big companies and they're super talented. And they decided to, instead of freelancing on their own, they started this company.
Yeah, so cool. Yeah, we're so excited to see kind of what they do because man, they're both so talented. So I think Justin does like a lot of the video editing and that sort of thing, and then Audrey is like phenomenal at motion. So I think it's just going to be really cool to see like how it all. So I really wanted this to be rounded, but I think I'm working too small for it to. Sometimes if you're working too small, it won't let you round your corners. So I'm just going to fudge it. I'm going to fudge it and see if I can't make that work. Okay, so something like that. I'm still not loving it. It's not quite what I had envisioned. Maybe I just need to make it smaller. Maybe I need to like keep working on it. Nothing's ever perfect the first time. So maybe I'll just kind of like let that marinate a bit. But you kind of get the idea of like what it could be, right? And maybe I'll make this black, start doing like something a little bit more one color so that I can start to really like imagine it. But yeah, I'm not loving it at this moment.
It's
Maybe
also
sometimes
difficult to do it. You're using a mouse right now, right?
I'm using a mouse right now. Yeah.
Yeah, because you also have one of those Wacom tablets that you can draw on, and I feel
I
like
know. I
just
wish I
drawing
could use
by
my
hand is much
Wacom.
more easy. Yeah.
Yeah. So your bag of tricks. So maybe like tricks could also be in like some sort of a badge. Like maybe if we wanted to do like, like an arched badge here banner. That's what I want to say. An arched banner here. We could do something like that. If I just circle up this, I can join that path and that's like a perfect little thing. And then you can kind of just like finesse this. And then usually what I'll do is I'll just kind of like go in and cut it there. And then if you kind of find your perfect path, it'll give you like, I always turn my smart guides on because I find them helpful. And then it'll kind of tell you like where you're at. And then you can join this together and you have like a decent little arc there to start from. And just select these and kind of get it a little bit nicer. This is looking so 2005. It's looking so bad. It's looking so bad, but guess what? That's the reality. Sometimes you say, listen, we went there and it's not working right now, and maybe we need to just like take a break and come back with like a fresh, renewed vigor, because this ain't it. This ain't it at all.
Sometimes what you need is just like a fresh pair of eyes and a little
I
bit of
know.
time. Yeah.
And then eventually, if I can't figure it out, I say, Jose, what if you try it? Jose, what if you work your magic?
Yeah, I
So
like to
like,
go on Procreate and just like scribble around and see what comes up.
totally. I know if I was able to use my Wacom tablet, it doesn't play well with this streaming software. Otherwise, I'd be on there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So let's say that we did your bag of tricks, but maybe we can bring in a different font here, like Jen's Kensington, maybe. So let's try that because I think it'd be fun to bring in. We could also just lean into Bowery, honestly. But let's see what Kensington looks like. Or maybe that looks a little too modern, I think. I could be wrong. The cuts are kind of fun. They might match what's going on in the seal. We have some cuts kind of here in the seal, and I'm always looking for repetition. So that could work. But it is a touch heavy. Let's see what we could do here. This is Jen's font Kensington that she did with the guys at Fort. They're the ones we've been doing this Fort app with, which is basically you can get all of our fonts and it's cheaper than the cost of getting a full font family from us. So if you plan to get any font family, if you get a membership to the app, you can get that font family for life, and you can use all of our fonts for a year. So it's like a super good deal. We're trying to make our fonts easier to use, easier to access, and easier to try. So anyway, the Fort app, take a look. There's a link in the description. It's honestly so helpful. I use Fort's fonts constantly. They have so many great workhorse fonts. Okay, so we're gonna go to do Santa Ana, and we're gonna see about that one maybe, and then maybe also Bowery. Oh, you know what? I actually might use Jen's font, Cambridge, because it's kind of narrow, which is kind of nice.
It could also like wrap around that curve on the bottom.
On the curve. Yep, I was thinking the same thing. Let me try an option drag. Keep this one. And I'm going to actually rotate this because that's going to be too narrow. And then we're going to go Command C, Command F to paste in front. And then we're going to go transform path, offset path. And we're going to take it in like 8 pixels, -8, maybe 9. Okay. And for some reason it did both of them. That kills me. I didn't want to do that. Did it? No, we're good. Okay, good. And then now I can turn this into a path. Okay. Oh, Lila says, I got a nice little treat in the CropCons bags. Oh, cool. Yeah, we sponsored a couple events this summer, which has been so fun. We got to do Creative South, which was incredible. Crop, which was amazing. And then Creative Works West, which I think is happening now or just happened, I think. So yeah, it's really cool. I'm hoping that we get some like good interest in what we're building over on the Fort app. It's going to be fun to see how that kind of comes to fruition.
Also, I want to know how CropCon was. It looked really fun. I want to
how the event was. I know. Yeah, Lila, how was Crop? You ran into a couple of our steadies, the crew. I saw a photo which was so cute. All right, your bag of. So let's say we follow along this path. Let's just click into here. Oops. I'm going to zoom in a bit. I'm too far out here. Tricks. Sometimes on the arc, things can get a little awkward and you have to like kind of finesse it yourself. But this is, see, yeah, that's when it breaks. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll fudge the outer curve, if that makes sense. So I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to just wrap this around here. Jose, are you going to the brand new conference this year?
That's what I was asking in the chat if anybody else is going. I am highly tempted to go.
Right? Because it's right in your backyard, right?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be in Nashville, I think.
Oh, Nashville. Oh, that's going to be so fun. Oh my gosh, you should go.
Yeah, I want to. I love all their branding. I think Armin put a case study of all the branding that they've done for Brand New on Behance and is incredible. Yeah. Just because of the branding, I just want to go there and experience the conference.
I know that I feel like Brioni and Armin do such a good job of making it a tactile experience. Like they hand do all the badges. Like they just take so much care in the actual branding of the event and it really shows. That's one of those more like serious design conferences, like where you really do go for the talks. Like you go for the community too, but like the talks, they usually get like next level, like cool speakers, especially if you're into brand like we are. Like that's a fun one.
My favorite one was the one that they did in Chicago, and it was like pizza shop themed. Everything was like typography that you would see in a pizza box. It was incredible.
Right, just like a Chicago deep dish kind of vibe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
So good. Okay, cool. Yeah, something like this, and maybe we could have, and maybe bag of is on one line, but maybe this is fun. Oh, and we could also arc it on the top. So it's like maybe we do this and maybe there's like stars on the left and the right, or maybe it just kind of circles in like this, almost more like a, and maybe this kind of goes out. I'm imagining it's kind of turning into the shape of a road sign, like the kind of the American road signs. Like
Somebody had a suggestion for the badge. They said, write your own folklore.
And what was say it again?
Write your own folklore. So like the copy for the badge.
I like that. That's cool.
And Lila said it was super cool. Her favorite was Joshua Noom. I don't know who that is, but I'm sure that it was very talented. And I had really seen his work before the conference, but his talk was so good.
Oh,
That's what she
cool.
said. Also, I think she brought the baby with her and her husband, which is incredible.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Okay, I'm liking this custom shape a little bit more. This is feeling better than it was previously. Sometimes a shape in text is like all you need. And it's like, I'm making this more complicated than it needs to be. All right, yeah, maybe like that. That's kind of interesting. There's something there. And I can keep finessing that shape. I think it would also be fun to try one where it's like, maybe it arcs across the top, and then we'll probably pause here because we've made pretty good progress. And I think at this point, we just need to let it marinate. That is the trick to any design project, is giving yourself the time to let it marinate. All right. This. So if we go like this, and I think I can just rotate it and then remove the thing. Okay, so then this could be your, oh, and maybe it should all be caps. My computer is like lagging a touch and it keeps your, and then, oh yeah, my Y is really fun on this one. Okay, so your, and then this is would be like bag of tricks, something like this. And I can play around with how this appears, but maybe I can play around with some different shapes, but I kind of like the idea of like a interlocking set of squircles. I think that could be really fun. And then we could do some stars in between, I think would be really fun. Let's see if I can get this one to play nice. I'm still not 100%. I should have sketched probably. It's like I thought I could wing it because I was going to do mostly type-based with shapes. But I think I probably will go back and sketch on these secondary badges and see what I can come up with, because I'm just not loving. It's like sometimes you can wing it and something really great comes in. But oh my gosh, Hannah Smith said your, like YORE, like yesteryear, your bag of tricks instead of your. I love that. That's really fun. That's really cute. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, cool. So yeah, I kind of think, what's up, Jace? We will see you next time. Good to see you, and welcome to Chris Maher. You came in just as we were wrapping up for the day, but good to see you, Chris. And what's up to Trevor Gio? Trevor is my former student from LCAD. He took my professional practices class that I got to teach there for a couple of years, and then he went on to teach the dang class. How cool is that?
Wow.
I know.
Full
Trevor
circle
works
moment there.
full circle, like the circle of life. And Trevor works for Magic the Gathering. He literally makes Magic the Gathering cards. How cool is that?
That is incredible.
So yeah, so what I think I'll do before the next stream is I will sketch a little bit more on these secondary icons. I need to go back to the drawing board. Jose, I know you know they're lacking. I know you know they're not looking good, because they're not. So maybe you and I can like brainstorm on some ideas there. We'll sketch it out, see if we can come up with any fun shapes. I just love something else, like maybe one other thing to give to Hannah and the crew. But otherwise, I feel like we accomplished quite a bit today. We've got our word mark lockups. I'm going to add our logo in here. We've got a fun little secondary lockup, which is kind of like a crisscross vibe. We've got our little mascot. We've kind of finessed his weighting. We picked the coloring. We've just colored his hat and his bag. We've got the tagline set in East Bay script. I am loving how this is turning out. I feel really good about it, especially this upcoming little connect the dots motion. That's going to be so fun.
I'm so pumped for that. I can't wait to get that started. It's going to look so good.
Ah, it's going to look so good. Love, love, love. So yeah, basically, we just thank you all so much for hanging out with us today, tuning in. We're going to be doing this again next week. We're going to start doing a couple a little bit more regularly, because we have a lot to get done, number one. And number two, my friends at GoodType, who I think are still in the chat, but Katie of GoodType is designing her first font. And she sent it over to me and she's like, what do you think? Like, do you have any feedback? And then she was like, if you want, would you love to critique it on stream? And we could do like a live stream together and talk about, perks and like maybe iterations and like little things that we could finesse on her first font. So we're going to be doing that not next week, but the following. So definitely tune in for that. That'll be a really fun, like different, change of pace from what we normally do. And then Jose, you're going to be the star of the next stream. What are you working on next week?
We're gonna be working on, what is it? It's gonna be the title treatment of the show is going to be called
Yeah.
Procrastination Design Hour
I love
or
that.
Peer Pressure Design Hour. So,
We're still kind of like tooling with the name. Is it going to be peer pressure design hour or procrastination design hour? I love the idea of the procrastination design hour, but that is a long word. That is a long ass word. And I just feel like it might be hard to design to. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I already started some sketches and I was like struggling to
Okay.
make it fit, you know?
Were you?
But I
Okay,
had one
good.
that is really fun. Yeah, that has got like a couple of eyeballs just like shooting like rays. And it's like another one is like somebody working with a big pencil and then you got people in the back like kind of pressuring that person to work faster. So it's gonna be fun.
Hovering
We're gonna
art
have a lot of
directoring.
sketches.
Oh, that's
Yes.
so funny. Okay, that's amazing. I cannot wait. Okay. Oh, Hannah said, please tell me Johnny is working on a jingle. Hannah, Johnny has made us a jingle and it's our Hoodzpah jingle, and I want to use it more. So I'm going to use the jingle he already gave us because to me, it's perfection. It's perfection, and we don't use it enough, and I want it to be more public facing. So I love that idea, Hannah, and 100%, 100,000%. Black Panther Creative says, love the idea as I procrastinate a lot. And I think that everyone could relate to that. So I kind of love that. If we could make it work, I would love to do procrastination design hour. I think that one's like so fun. So if you have not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. It'll just make sure that you know when we have new videos upcoming. And I think you can turn on notifications and then it will let you know if we have live coming up. We tend to be very bad about promoting this. So honestly, it's better if you subscribe because sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, we're streaming today and I should like post something on Instagram. So anyway, join us definitely by subscribing and join us next week with Jose for his very first live stream. Are you feeling the pressure? Are you excited or are you nervous?
A little bit, but I'm also excited because it's gonna be a fun topic.
Yes. Exactly. Right? Like, and if you get lost, the chat can either they can hovering art director you and we can abandon ship if we need to and just take a break like we're doing today. When everything starts to go to crap, you just say, and we're pausing the stream and we're just going to let it marinate. So thanks everyone
Yes.
for tuning in. We will see you next week. Bye everyone.